students, we had discussed about the aggregative methods falling under weighted index number. So two methods have been already done, last pairs and Paasche. So we had also seen the limitation. In last pair we had seen the quantities of base year is only considered, and in Paasche the quantities of current year is only considered. So what is happening? The quantities or the value of quantities are missed in both the methods. To overcome this drawback, Professor Irwin Fisher has introduced Fisher's idle index number. We can say that Fisher's idle index number is a hybrid of last pairs and Pasche's method, because we are considering the geometric mean of last pairs method into Pasche's method. Look at the name. The name says that it is an idle index number. We call it as an idle index number because this method is basically satisfying time reversal and factor reversal test. Now let's see the formula for finding Fisher's idle index number. The denotations remain P of 01 of F for Fisher's is equal to, as it is said, as a geometric mean. Let us take the root geometric mean of last pairs method into Pasche's method into 100. That is summation of P1 Q0 upon summation of P Q0 last pairs method into Pasche's method is PQ. What was the super trick? According to super trick, we had 1101, which is into 100, which falls into our square root. So this is the formula for finding Fisher's method, or we can call it as Fisher's idle index number. So students, let us quickly see the characteristics of Fisher's idle index number. The best average method for finding any index number is considered as a geometric mean, and in the meaning itself we had seen that we are calculating the geometric mean of last pair and Paasche to find out the Fisher's idle. So indirectly it means that we are actually using the best average for finding the index number. Second point says that satisfies the time and factor reversal test. And third point says that yes, we are actually considering Q0 and Q1, which are basically the weights. We are considering both the quantities, that is Q0 and Q1, in this method. As we saw in last pair's method, we were ignoring or neglecting Q0, and in Paasche we were neglecting Q1. But whereas here we are going to product them up, here there is no chance to miss Q1 and Q0. So this is all about the theory part of Fisher's idle index. So we have seen the theory part of Fisher's idle price already. Let us solve a problem using Fisher's idle index number. Let us look into the question quickly. Compute index number using Fisher's idle index number method, taking 2010 as the base year. Already 2010 as the base year is given. So I have already denoted my prices and quantity as P0 and Q0 respectively. So let us, and my 2016 is the current year. So we have to find the index number of the year 2016. We have to find P01 of L, that is the last pair method, P01 of P, the Pasche's method, and also P01 of the combination that we call it as the Fisher's method. All the three methods we have to find. So let us use our super trick to find the solution. So what is the super trick for last pair? It is summation of, let us write down P and Q in sequence. Last pair, so we need to know the number 1000, 1, 0, 0, 0. What What is Paasche? 1101. So 1101. And what is F L into P into 100? Let's make another column with the name of P1 Q0, P0 Q0, P1 Q1, P0 Q1. So we are going to multiply prices and quantity, then we are going to take the summation of all. So let's calculate. What is P1? P1 is 40. 40 into Q0 is 8. 40 into 8 is 320. Similarly here 60 into 10, 600. 750. We are calculating P1 into Q0, 400. Next is P0 into Q0. What is P0? This is Q0 and P0. Let us multiply these terms. 20 into 8 is 160. 50 into 10 is 500. Let us calculate rest of them. And 200. Third column says to calculate the current year's prices and quantity. That is P1 and Q1. What is P1? What is Q1? Here 40 into 6, 240. Similarly, let's continue to multiply 300, 750, 500. The last and the final column, that is our Paasche method. The denominator part P0 into Q1, P0 Q1. So 20 into 6, 120, 120, 250, 600 and 250. Okay. Now what we need is the summation of all these. We have to have summation of P1 Q0. We need to have the summation of P0 Q0, summation of P1 Q1, also P0 Q1. Let us find the summation. Let us add them up. So we will get 2070, here 1460, 1790 and 1220. We have to add them up. So let's now quickly put down the values. What is summation of P1 Q0? 2070 upon P0 Q0 is 1460 into 100 and you will get the value 141.78. This was for last pairs. Now for Paasche we have P1 Q1 this, so is equal to 1790 divided by P0 Q1, that is 1220 into 100. So after 2. Now it's time to find our Fisher's ideal price. We will get what is root of L is 141.78 into P is 146.72 into, so after calculation we will get 144.17. So this is the index number using Fisher's ideal price. This is how you have to calculate. So firstly you should know the formulas of last pair, then you should know the formula of Paasche, then we are basically doing the combination of last pair into Paasche. So that's it.